What does it mean? What does it symbolize? What is beautiful hair? For centuries, natural African hair has been suppressed, criminalized, and even banned under the law in many circumstances. In these works, artists reclaim the beauty of black hair, taking pride in its defining qualities and embracing its majesty, while connecting members of the African diaspora with their cultural heritage and spirituality. The history of such rituals of domination over black hair began with the enslavement of African peoples, as enslavers felt threatened by the beauty of African hair which they could not obtain as white individuals. As slaves were property under the law, so too was their hair, and so, in order to disconnect them to their ancestors, enslavers would either cut the hair of enslaved individuals or force them to cover it up with cloth. Such legal rituals of domination were furthered in 1786 when Spanish colonial governor Don Esteban Moreau enacted the Tignon laws, which made it illegal under the law for black women to display their hair, forcing them to wear tignons, or head wraps, as an attempt to prevent them from competing with white women in the status quo. The legacy of such laws remained prevalent in the United States, yet these artists worked to interrogate such structures, reclaiming the powers of black hair and contributing to beauty ideologies founded upon Afrocentrism. In Wives of Shango, Jeff Donaldson portrays three powerful black women with Afro hairstyles in an empowering manner that connects them with their African heritage. Painted in 1969 during the midst of the Black Power movement, these women's hair function as a symbol of rebellion against white domination as they take pride in their natural beauty and simultaneously reclaim African hair traditions which had been historically oppressed since enslavement. Here, their voluminous afros symbolize their pride in their roots, connecting them to their African ancestors who viewed hair as spiritually significant. In an ideally Afro-Cobra aesthetic, Donaldson splashes red, green, and yellow colors into the women's hair, adorning it to further emphasize its majestic qualities. Additionally, he highlights the area around the tops of their heads, as if light is emanating out of their afros, creating a halo-like effect, signifying a great sense of spirituality. He paints the three women at an angle, forcing the spectator to look up at them, establishing a sense of admiration and accentuating their regality. The title, Wives of Shango, further connects them to their heritage, as Shango refers to a god revered in West Africa. Placing them as his wives, Donaldson systematically creates a sense of reverence towards these women, depicting them as godlike figures. 2 years after the creation of Wives of Shango, Wadsworth Jarrell contributed to the Afro-Cobra movement with his piece Revolutionary. Using elaborate colors, he depicts Angela Davis with a large, beautiful afro in a state of impassioned speech. Her figure is composed of letters, some of which form empowering words and phrases such as resist, revolution, and black, which exude out of her face and hair, enabling her presence to take up even more space in the frame and giving her a sense of omnipotence. Similarly to Donaldson's piece, Jarrell's technique gives Davis a halo-like effect, while also depicting her at an upward angle, both of which give her a sense of spiritual power centered on her afro, and thus disrupting narratives structured under the rule of law. Both of these pieces reflect the importance of the afro during the Black Power movement, as it became a symbol of resistance against the law and white hegemony, especially seen during the Black is Beautiful movement. Yet, even in the 21st century, discrimination against black hair has been deemed legal in many circumstances. There are countless examples of schools punishing black individuals for wearing hair naturally, deeming it as against dress code. The military has only recently allowed dreadlocks and other natural black hairstyles, which were previously outlawed through a grooming policy. Black artists today, such as Lina, Viktor, and Alesia Etinoff, continually work to depict the beauty of black hair and its importance in re-aestheticizing blackness in the collective unconscious. In Lina Viktor's 2016 painting, Number 2, Still You Hold No Claim Here, she utilizes gold-colored paint and images of nature to signify the power of black women and their hair as well as their connection to the spiritual world. In the center of the painting, Viktor places a majestic black woman. With her head held high, she appears proud and dignified. Her hair is the central image in the painting, as it is naturally worn with 24-karat gold painted upon it, acting as a crown upon her head. Around the woman, Viktor places white splashes of paint with a black background, as if to symbolize stars in the night sky. yet the woman is part of the sky, as the stars are also found upon her body, depicting her as a defining part of the universe which all revolves around her hair, an Afrocentric existence. She is an omniscient being, deeply rooted in spirituality, in control of herself and the world around her. In Avant-Gardians, a web series created in 2017 by Alesia Etinoff, the two main characters are depicted as decadent guardian angels, signifying their connection to their spirituality and giving them a sense of omnipotence, similarly to the women in the previous works. Their hair in itself functioned as a work of art, with it naturally worn in elaborate styles and embellished with gold, similarly to Viktor's work. Not only do they embrace their hair, but they take great pride in it, as it becomes a defining factor of their appearances, unifying them with other members of the African diaspora. All of these pieces work to decolonize the collective unconscious created under the rule of law, and then reclaim such spaces, placing Black women and their hair as subjectively omnipotent, and furthering their subject position as transcendent beings, while dispersing histories structured around Afrocentric beauty. Hair is cultural heritage, a thread of unification among the Black diaspora, a beacon of affirmation, signal of belonging, and symbol of spiritual power. What does it mean to you?